launched strikes on Iran's nuclear facility, then called for a ceasefire, then criticized Israel for not obeying it. He's become the most unpredictable figure in global politics. Some say he's being manipulated. Others believe he's willingly playing a dangerous game. What if this isn't just about Iran? What if the US strike on Fordow was part of a larger strategy to provoke nuclear chaos? From India, Pakistan to Russia, Ukraine, tensions are rising and some believe China is next. Is this the beginning of World War III or just another layer of geopolitical theater? Main point 1. Trump's contradictory moves in 48 hours. In less than 2 days, Donald Trump went from condemning war to authorizing a major strike on Iran's Fordow nuclear site. Then, in a surprising turn, he publicly pressured Israel to accept a truce. But when Netanyahu refused, Trump expressed frustration, suggesting he wanted peace but couldn't control the outcome. This erratic behavior has led many analysts to question his reliability. Was he acting independently? Or is he being used by unseen forces? This level of inconsistency raises concerns. If Trump returns to power, will he be a stabilizing force or a wildcard that accelerates global chaos? Main point 2. The Iran attack equals nuclear provocation. Striking Iran's nuclear infrastructure isn't just a military move, it's a strategic provocation. Unlike conventional warfare, targeting nuclear sites carries immense risk. Even a minor misstep could escalate into full-scale retaliation. Critics argue that the US strike on Fordow qualifies as nuclear terrorism, especially given the lack of confirmed damage and the symbolic nature of the attack. Iran has not yet responded, but experts warn that any nuclear-related escalation could quickly spiral beyond control. And if nuclear deterrence breaks down in one region, it won't stay contained for long. Main point 3. Globalists' Endgame. Phase 1. Trigger regional nuclear conflicts. A growing number of analysts suggest that the West is intentionally stoking regional nuclear tensions as part of a larger endgame. Phase 1 involves provoking localized nuclear confrontations: India versus Pakistan, Russia versus Ukraine, North Korea versus South Korea. These conflicts serve two purposes. They drain resources and distract attention, while allowing global powers to consolidate influence. Each crisis weakens national sovereignty and increases dependency on supranational institutions. If these regional wars remain contained, the system holds. But if they merge into a broader confrontation, the result could be catastrophic. Striking Iran's nuclear infrastructure isn't just a military move, it's a strategic provocation. Unlike conventional warfare, targeting nuclear sites carries immense risk. Even a minor misstep could escalate into full-scale retaliation. Critics argue that the US strike on Fordow qualifies as nuclear terrorism, especially given the lack of confirmed damage and the symbolic nature of the attack. Iran has not yet responded, but experts warn that any nuclear-related escalation could quickly spiral beyond control. And if nuclear deterrence breaks down in one region, it won't stay contained for long. Main point 4. Globalists' Endgame. Phase 2. Dragging China into the chaos. If Phase 1 is about triggering regional instability, Phase 2 aims at China. Beijing has long warned that the West seeks to encircle and contain its rise. With increasing pressure in the South China Sea, Taiwan tensions, and sanctions on Huawei and other tech firms, the message is clear: China must submit or face consequences. Some speculate that the ultimate goal is to force China into a cornered response, a preemptive strike, a defensive escalation, or even a limited nuclear demonstration. Once that happens, the globalists claim justification to intervene, reshaping the balance of power forever. Main point 5. Final goal. A post-apocalyptic world government. The final phase of this alleged strategy involves collapsing existing global structures and replacing them with a centralized world governance model, one that only emerges after total destabilization. In this vision, Russia, China, and the Islamic world must be neutralized first. Only then can a new era begin, one where no single nation-state holds unchecked power. Supporters of this theory argue that global institutions like the UN, IMF, and WHO are already preparing for post-crisis governance. Whether you call it the New World Order, Great Reset, or Global Governance Framework, the idea is the same: control through crisis. Main point 6. Trump's role in WW3 strategy. Once known as the anti-war candidate, Trump is now seen by critics as an enabler of global conflict. His sudden push for confrontation with Iran contradicts years of isolationist rhetoric. Some accuse him of betraying Maghei principles to serve a deep state agenda. Others see it as tactical confusion rather than intentional sabotage. But one thing is clear: if Trump re-enters the White House, the world should expect unpredictable foreign policy, escalation risks, and high-stakes diplomacy gone wrong. Main point 7. China is the next target. China is watching closely and preparing. With increased U.S. naval presence in the South China Sea and ongoing cyber warfare, the sense of encirclement is growing. Reports suggest that China is accelerating its nuclear modernization program, deploying mobile launchers, underground silos, and hypersonic weapons capable of bypassing U.S. defense systems. Beijing has made it clear: any attempt to isolate or weaken China will be met with escalated deterrence. For those tracking global geopolitics, this is not just speculation, it's preparation for the worst-case scenario. If you want to understand how the world could slip into nuclear chaos not by accident, but by design, subscribe for more deep-dive analysis. Share this video with someone who wants clarity behind the headlines. Let's discuss your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe we're seeing the start of a global reset?